If someday you should see a lost THX trailer DVD or DVD box set and you decide to watch it, you may be on your way to a very bad experience. And this is what happens to me. I cannot stop coming across those THX trailers. Okay, so now I would like to tell you about another DVD box set as I tend to do. This time the source material was Green Hat Films. Allow me to tell you what the studio is. Green Hat Films is a company that has produced films like The Hangover, Due Date, and Project X. The only films I have seen from this company are The Hangover and Project X. However, this isn't what I mean. Clearly, I have come across another THX trailer that involved Green Hat Films. This is my story. It all began when I was at Safeway with my dad. My items were a fried chicken TV dinner, a box of double stuffed Oreos, and a container of Ben & Jerry's ice cream that was flavored as half-baked peanut butter. My dad asked me to get some bags of the items he got, so I did as he said. Before I opened the trunk, my foot stepped on what appeared to be another THX box set. The cover consisted of Thomas, Costa, and JB from Project X, Alan, Phil, and Stu from the Hangover franchise, and Peter Hyman from Due Date in a purple background. One thing that disturbed me was that the covers on the cover had the legs missing like it was made on a poor Photoshop website. The DVD box set was entitled Green Hat Films, The Ultimate THX Collection. I was quite interested to see another DVD box set, but I was probably never wanted Adam Kennington's sick tricks despite him being an animator, so maybe Adam decided to take a break from animation or something. After our shopping trip, we went back home. A little while later, my dad told me that he and my brothers would go and see the Uncharted movie while I stayed home. As they left, I got the idea of watching the DVD while they were away. I took out the films that were in the box set and saw another rare DVD. The DVD included the THX logo and the Green Hat Films logo. It was titled as The Rare THX Trailer Made by Green Hat Films. I inserted the rare DVD to my DVD player and it started. It began the Warner Bros. Home Entertainment logo, which felt correct, as most of the Green Hat films were distributed by Warner Bros. Pictures. Then it showed some previews for films like Space Jam, A New Legacy, Malignant, and the teaser trailer for The Batman. After the trailers ended, the language menu in an orange background popped up with languages including English, Spanish, French, Korean, Italian, and Dutch. I selected English. For a moment I thought that it would show a montage of all the Green Hat films in order, but it instead directed me to the menu. However, rather than the characters in different colored boxes, it showed the characters in a line including text. The background was colored yellow. The menu options included play, scene selection, setup, and bonus features. I pressed play and it showed another warning. This time the warning said, "This trailer was made for the 40th anniversary of The Shining, despite not being THX certified. The trailer contains scenes that are not to be viewed by people with sensitivity issues. Watch this trailer at your own risk." Well, let's see how this is, I muttered. The trailer began with Thomas Cub's house at night. They were having the party for Thomas Cub's birthday like in the original film. Thomas, Costa, and JB walked into the shot. "Yo, Thomas, isn't it great that you're probably going to be famous?" Costa asked. Thomas replied with, "Yeah, but whether or not the police come back or T-Rex attempts her revenge, it's still good." That wasn't until Tex popped in automatically without evilly laughing or chuckling. "Hey, boys, am I late to the party?" Tex asked. Costa said, "Wait, are you that one robot I heard someone talk about?" Tex then said, "Don't worry, guys. I'm not here to kill anyone. I'm just here to party." "Welcome to the party, pal," Thomas said to Tex, elbow bumping. Similar to the THX Leica box set, I was surprised that Tex was being a good person. Before Thomas and the gang, including Tex, walked into the house, they heard what sounded like a little girl's laughter. "Did anyone hear that?" JB asked. "Yeah, I heard that." What happened next really confused me. Vanna Glamma from Sidekick came out of a bush. What in the Matrix hell was Vanna doing here? She was probably never owned by Warner Bros. Or Green Hat Films. And for the sake of it, it's not a funny story for goodness sake. However, there's a story behind this after I watched the trailer. Anyways, Vanna said, "Hello, party people. What are you up to?" Costa screamed and then said, "It's a damn child murderer. Get out of here." Vanna then said, "You want to know who I am? I am Van Glamma, replacing Tex's evil side because the both of you were afraid of Tex and his company, THX, and now I'm going to kill all of you." Thomas screamed, "Let's get the hell out of here, guys." They ran to the backyard and informed everyone about the situation. Costa said, "Your attention, everyone. There is an evil girl who is animated and she is trying to kill us. I encourage everyone to evacuate this party. We're serious!" After he said that, Van Lemon was seen using Tex's jetpack. "My jetpack!" Tex shouted. "Give it back, Vanna." Vanna then said, "Sorry, everyone. Costa is just tricking you all. Prepare to die." Vanna took out a UMP-45 and began shooting at everyone. The people of the party screamed realistically as I could see blood sprouting all over the backyard. After shooting everyone but Thomas, Costa, Dax, and JB, Tex began to search for a place to hide as he said, "Sorry, boys, but this is too dangerous for me." Tex flew away. Just then, Vanna dropped down in front of the four people. "Well, well, well, men. Looks like you are not into much trouble but to me. Time to get killed brutally!" Vanna shouted. She took out a sword and slashed at Thomas, Dax, and JB. Costa was on the floor, scared while she did that. "Please, Vanna," Costa said while growing tears from his eyes. "There's gotta be a way I can repay you." Vanna said, "Sorry, Costa, but you're too late." Vanna took out a chainsaw as he ran it up Costa's chest. Costa screamed, but his screams were imported from the YouTube video What Happens When Ouija and Mario Visit Squidward. While the scene looked really scary, I was really confused on why they used that scream instead of him just screaming realistically. Vanna finds the way out to murdering him. I was in so much shock to see my favorite actor/character getting killed. The scene then faded to black for 5 seconds. Next, it cut to a shot of a road from The Hangover. Doug and his good friends Alan, Phil, and Stu, along with Tex, joined them, were in a car. "Thanks for giving me the lift, pals," Tex said. "Anything for you. Say, are you that one robot from the Deep Note Company?" Tex said, "Correct. Now, don't say I'm stupid or anything, but there seems to be a 2D animated girl named Vanna attacking some innocent people." "Yeah, guys, don't be a bitch or something," Stu said. "I heard about this on the news while we did our car trip." As they kept talking, they heard some childish laughter. "Guys, I think this girl knows where we are," Alan said. All of a sudden, Vanna appeared in front of the car while her shadow could be seen. Alan, Phil, Stu, and Doug got scared when she appeared. "Hey there, Sparkies. Where are you going?" Vanna asked. Tex got out of the car and said to Vanna, "You don't want to know where you're going, as it is 100% none of your business. Now get out of our sight, because I know what you did." As Vanna and Tex kept confronting, the Hangover gang began driving away. Vanna stole Tex's jetpack again and went off to kill the four men. Stu said, "Guys, she's getting on us." Phil then said, "Might be a police officer around here. I prefer to drive the normal chasing speed." As Vanna kept flying to them, she began swapping directions. Stu opened the car window to see which direction she went, or she was playing games. We see a point of view of Stu looking around. Just then, Vanna appeared again as a scare chord which consisted of loud piano banging and violent screeching was heard. I jumped a bit due to how scary it sounded. Vanna took out a carbon knife and stabbed Stu for the eyes and began screaming in agony. Doug shouted, "There's no escape from the serial killer." After Vanna stabbed Stu through the heart, she took out an RPG-7 and said, "Let's go on a road trip to Vanniest Glammiest." She then pulled out the trigger and the rocket exploded on the car. I could see blood, gore, and guts coming from the explosion, meaning that the gang exploded from the rocket. After that, the scene cut to black. The next scene cut to what looked like a desert. Just then, Peter Hyman and Tex walked into the shot. Peter's brother Ethan was in the scene likely because his actor Zach Galifianakis was killed in the last scene. "Any sign of life yet, Tex?" Peter asked Tex. "No, I don't think so. I hope you brought some water," Tex replied. Peter then said, "Oh yeah, definitely. It's because I got this big wagon of food and drinks, in which some of the food might be kind of warm due to its hot temperature, but there's a cooler keeping the drinks cold." Tex said, "That's good. Now why don't we take a break for a moment and get back to—" His sentence got interrupted by what sounded like childish laughing. "Did you hear that?" Peter asked. "I heard it, Peter," Tex replied. Suddenly, Vanna dropped down without Tex's jetpack. "Well, well, well, if it isn't a man who hasn't shouted in days on the Red Robot. For you, Red Robot, I finally got you surrounded. Prepare to die. Vanna pulled off one of Tex's arms and began killing him like Homer did in the THX trailer on the Simpsons movie DVD. Peter Hunter ran off while Vanna did this. Peter hid behind a rock in the desert. As he kept hiding, Vanna called out in a sing-song voice, "Oh, Peter, where are you?" Jen said, "I am not going to kill you, but I am going to hurt you." After about 5 seconds, Vanna found Peter and said, "Peekaboo, Peter, now you must die." Vanna pulled out an anaconda as an attempt to kill Peter, but before the anaconda bit Peter in the face, the screen cut to black as Peter could be heard screaming. I bet the anaconda was trying to suck all the blood from Peter. After that, it cut to a wide shot of the THX logo as it appears in the boot camp trailer. A corpse of Rob Evers, who played Thomas Cub's neighbor in Project X, can be seen down on the floor, as the hat from the logo of Green Hat Films can be seen too. And then the screaming deep note played, but it consisted of males screaming. But I could also hear the screams of other characters like Thomas, Costa, JB, Alwyn, Phil, Stu, Doug, and Peter. After the deep note ended, footsteps could be heard, probably meaning that Vanna was walking into the shot. And she was. As Vanna walked in, her eyes looked a bit more widened like she had the wrong surgery. She stopped walking to face the viewers and said, "Hello, fans of Green Hat Films. You won't believe what I just did. I killed Tex and a few groups of men. That is because they disrespected Tex and his company, THX. And right behind me, I took the life of a neighbor before I met the boys of Project X. Now remember this. If you disobey the rules of fearing Tex and his company, or you ever feared me, I will find you and you'll be murdered by me. Nighty-night." Shay walked out while evilly laughing. The slogan appeared saying the audience is listening. It then faded to black. I was going to presume that trailer was over. However, it wasn't, as it showed one last thing. It was an edit picture of Thomas Cub's girlfriend Kirby from Project X. Her appearance was possibly from the scene where Thomas finds Kirby swimming in his pool and they begin to have a talk about the party before they start hearing talks about a midget in the oven. But no screams were involved in that scene. Kirby's eyes were white hollow holes and she was crying blood as blood should be from her mouth. It was accompanied by a woman screaming in very loud audio along with a very low pitched version of the Kefka laugh. Due to the intensity of the jump scare, I screamed. After that jump scare ended, I took it back to the menu. I was just a little bit speechless after seeing that very terrifying jump scare. My dad and my little brothers came home later that evening and told them all about the DVD. I showed the trailer to my dad and my older brother and they believed me. The next day, I smashed the DVD. After doing so, I wrote a letter to Green Hat Films to THX about the trailer. I also asked why Vanna Glamo from Sidekick was the killer for the characters instead of the evil version of Tex. 2 hours later, I got a response from them that told me that Adam Kennington broke into the studio and made the trailer, and the idea of making Van Glamour was actually a request from a young fan of Sidekick and the Lost THX text trailers. So the Make-A-Wish Foundation asked Adam to make the trailer while breaking in. I was in anger knowing that Adam made the trailer. I don't know if my journey to stop finding Lost THX trailers will end, but they will someday.